Every once in a while, I'll hear something from a politician and I'll immediately think to myself, oh man, we're going to see and hear that again in campaign ads for the opposition party. Well, Donald Trump said something like that during a cabinet meeting on Wednesday. The talk turned to the economy and inflation. And then he said this. Well, maybe the children will have $2 instead of $30, you know? And maybe the $2 will cost a couple bucks more. That is a terrible message for a lot of reasons on the economy. Because, number one, let's say that you are struggling to put food on the table, okay? Or you are struggling to pay your rent or your mortgage every month. Can you imagine a Democratic campaign ad that just has Donald Trump saying, well, maybe the children will have $2 instead of $30, and maybe the $2 will cost a couple bucks more? You would not be happy with that, and nor should you be, because what does it say? So it says a lot in a little quote. It says, number one, Donald Trump is totally out of touch with the concerns of everyday people. Now, he's a billionaire. Donald Trump doesn't really need to worry about things costing a little bit more. He has generational wealth. He was raised wealthy. He's made more money. This is not something he has to concern himself with. So if you're Donald Trump, who cares, right? And then the dolls thing, it's like, okay, no one has $30, or certainly not lots of people in this country. It makes him look incredibly out of touch. So he's never been an empathetic guy. That's not something he's ever been particularly good at. But this really, I think a quote like that really affirms it. Like, what you need to say is, look, there might be some hard times coming for people, and I understand that. I know that people are struggling to put food on the table. I know people are struggling to make their rent or their car payments. I know times can be tight, and that this moment with tariffs and the stock market and all those things, I get it, that people, this is going to be a tough patch, but I guarantee you this is the right thing, and it is going to accrue to your benefit. Now, he sometimes says this. He says, like, we're going to be a very rich country in very short order. I mean, he does say stuff like that. But that quote about dolls, like, well, you're going to have $2 rather than $30, and they're going to cost more, is so out of touch and so sort of cavalier about the very real financial struggles people have and are going through and will have if these tariffs, particularly with China, stay in place. It is just the absolute wrong thing to do. And if Democrats do not take that quote and put it in campaign ads in 2026, assuming the economy is somewhere roughly where we are now, they would be committing campaign malpractice. I mean, this is the kind of thing that you dream of a president of the United States saying when you were trying to win back a chamber of Congress in the midterm elections. And look, it just goes to show that, Trump talks a whole lot. Maybe because he talks so much, this will get lost in the kind of sea of words that he puts out. Possible, but I would say to you, when I heard that quote, when I heard him say it, when I read it, I thought, my gosh, that is really, really bad. If you are a Republican elected official who's going to have to stand on the ballot in 2026, and you're going to have the president of the United States thrown in your face in an ad talking about dolls and how, well, you won't be able to have $30 anymore and they'll cost a little bit more. And then the narrator comes on and says, they just don't get it. You're trying to put food on the table, right? Like, you can write the ad yourself. And when you can do that, it can be politically devastating. So I think pin that quote. Democrats would be smart to pin that quote and cut it now, start using it now, because I think it's Donald Trump is out of touch. Donald Trump doesn't get it. Donald Trump doesn't care about people like you, and therefore the Republican Party doesn't care about people like you. I think that quote can be, if used properly in a campaign context, devastating to Republicans in 2026. All right, everyone, I ask you to do one thing. Hit that subscribe button. It's free and it's easy. It helps me. I hope it gets you more good content. So thank you if you have done it. And if you haven't, now's the time.